Hi, have you ever noticed how hard it is to think clearly in today's world? The notifications, the endless scroll, the AI-generated noise. It feels like we're always reacting, never reflecting. But there's one habit that can cut through all of it. A habit so simple, so timeless, that it has shaped both philosophers and modern creators alike. Writing. And today, I want to share why writing is not just a skill, but a form of mindfulness. And how one person like Dan Koo, who is a businessman and a YouTuber, has turned his simple practice into the backbone of a multi-million-dollar business. Okay, let's go. Honestly, I've been a fan of Dan Koo since his very early presence on YouTube. His ways of life and his approach to personal branding really blew my mind. He showed me that you can build a brand from a pure interest and originality, and that writing is a tool that makes it possible. His podcast about writing is $1 million routine absolutely hooked me. But here's what fascinated me most. He wasn't just talking about money, he was talking about clarity, about becoming a wiser human in a world filled with AI companions and digital distractions. So, what's the daily routine of Dan Koo? Can you guess? His daily routine is something simple. 30 minutes of working, and what else can you name it? 90 minutes of writing. That's it. And he credits his habit is the backbone of his business, generating over $10 million. But let's slow down. What actually makes this routine powerful? Marcus Aurelius once said, the soul becomes dyed with the colors of their thoughts. Most of us live dyed by noise, scattered by half-formed thoughts. Writing is how you choose a dye. Dan calls writing the meditative process, and I totally agree. Writing is like sitting down with your inner chaos and gently untangling it. It's mindfulness in motion. When I journal, I don't worry about perfect grammar. I focus on articulation, naming what's been swirling inside. The moment grows less on the page, the mind feels lighter. Seneca put it this way, we should every day call ourselves to account. Writing is not daily account. Now, why does this matter for people like us, Gen Z, Gen Y, millennials, or anyone in the middle age? Because the digital world is overwhelming. Our attention is scattered into dozens of apps, and timelines. Nietzsche once said, the author writes in order not to forget, the reader reads in order to remember. Today, writing is both memory and language in the seed from which every other form of content grows. Dan Koo calls media the umbrella skill. If you can write clearly, you can create video, podcast, newsletter, because all media begins as words. And here's a crazy part. His newsletter album from his YouTube channel. Even with far fewer subscribers, the engagement is deeper. Why? Because newsletter build trust, and they are the deep game compared with the shallow scroll on social media. So how does Dan structure his 90 minutes? First, he works for 30 minutes. Sometimes listening to lectures, sometimes audiobooks, sometimes just letting ideas flow. Then he writes short posts for 30 minutes, quick ideas, sharp insights. Finally, he spends an hour on newsletter for longer pieces where depth really lives. Notice what's happening here. The work plants the seeds, the posts are the seedlings, and the newsletter is the tree. Working in his own mindfulness practice. Philosophers from Aristotle to Kierkegaard believe that working sharpens thinking. Your step untangle your brain. Yes, we all agree, right? By the time you sit down, you're ready to write. Now, let's be honest. Writing is not easy, we all know that. It's like a cold shower. You resist it until you step in, and then it feels incredible. Dan himself admits he isn't the most poetic writer. That's the point. You don't need to be poetic. You need clarity. Plato once said, writing is the geometry of the soul. It shapes abstract thoughts into something visible, something measurable. And discipline matters. You can't fake 90 minutes at a keyboard. In a world where I can generate almost anything from the content, writing, video, on social media posts, almost anything, the blank page still demands your authentic mind. But writing is not only personal, it's practical. Dan describes ideas as a new oil and media as a new real estate. The metaphor makes sense for our generation. Wealth doesn't come from only portraits or office anymore. It comes from digital assets. Your words, your ideas, your communities. And the entry point is accessible to anyone. All you need is a notebook, a laptop, or even your phone. That's it. From where your words can flow into newsletter, video script, business, or movements. Here's a key difference. Social media is a shallow game. The newsletters are the deep game. Social posts capture attention. Newsletters earn trust. On social platforms, you may wrap someone for 20 seconds. In a newsletter, they stay with you for 10 minutes. And in that space, you can be honest, you can tell stories, you can share not just strategy, but your humanity. That's why Dan says everything he creates eventually points back to his newsletter. It's where the trust lives. It's where transformation happens. But even if writing never makes us ascend, it still gives us something priceless. Clarity. When I write, I notice myself slowing down, my racing thoughts soften. I hear echoes from the book I've read. Rumi reminds me, try to accept the changing season of your heart, even if they are painful. Writing is not acceptance, it's a way of noticing what season you're in, instead of rushing past it. It's not about producing something perfect. It's about being present enough to capture what you feel before the day swallows it. For anyone in this digital age navigating this chaotic world, writing is both anchor and compass. Danko found millions in it. Marcus Aurelius found peace. Seneca found accountability. And maybe for you, writing will be the mirror that helps you to see yourself clearly. In a world full of noise, clarity is as well. So write. Not because it makes money, not because it gains followers, but because, for the brief moment, you can be fully present in yourself. I've attached a link to the original video of Danko in the description. Check it if you want to learn more from him. Thank you for listening. If this message resonated with you, take 50 minutes today to shoot at the page. You may be surprised at what you discover.